Hello children, today I want to discuss with you the next topic, that is a storage of grains. In the storage of grains, what you will study that, now let's we see that. This is your textbook page, that storage of the grains. What you are seeing that, the storage of grain warehouse picture, you are seeing that how the food grains are stored in the warehouses. Now downside is the neem leaves are there. What is the use of the neem leaves? I will discuss with you that. Now this is a textbook's next page, that how these animals are there. Food storage and the conservation of the environment. How the food storage. Animals also they can store the food like the human beings. Human beings they store the food. You also purchase the, your parents purchase the whole, that is a food grains, the in the whole year how much food grains you require, that you need that much food grains it will be purchased in the summer season. That like that animals also they store the food. Now how they conserve the food, that is also very important, that conservation, storage. And after that you see that, and what is that is a fair, that is a price shop, that also I will explain. That green revolution means what that. Now you see that if you go through the lesson, definitely you will understand. Here some points are there, through that point I will explain exact what happens. The different methods of the storage, that storage of the grains. You know that exact when the harvesting process is complete, after the harvesting the farmers he brought, that is a food grains, he whatever he produce, the production he brings that in the form that from the farm in houses. And how he store the food grains, the store of the food grains, there are the different ways of storing the food grains. Now sun dried, that is and the filled in the sacks. Actually what, that fruit grains are dried, and after that it filled in the sacks. That, and you know that sacks are stocked in houses or the warehouses. And third is the neem leaves. Neem leaves are added. Why the neem leaves are mixed in the food grains? Because the neem tree is the medicinal tree there, and it has the some, that is the pungent smell it is there. And how you know the taste of that neem leaves? Neem leaves basically they are bitter in taste that, and due to its smell the insects it will not, that is attack, or it will not contact with the food grains. That's why the neem leaves are mixed in the food grains. Some chemicals also it can be mixed in the food grains, so the insects, small ants, insects, it will be not attack on the food grains are there. And storage places kept dry and airy. That always you should think one point, that whatever that is a storage, that is whatever the food grains you have, that excess food grains are that you have to be keep in, that is airy and dry places. You should see that wet places you have to avoid it, that damp places you have to avoid it. That second point, that is the food storage and the conservation of the environment. That different living beings store the food in the different ways. That human beings also they store the food, that like that animals also they store the food. That ants, you know that ants also they collect the food that and keep in there, that is a house which is made by the soil. You know that honey bee, that is a honey bees also they collect the nectar from the different flowers, and that from that nectar they convert into the honey, and store in the honeycomb. That is also, you know that why these animals also, because they want to use in the future, that uh, according to their needs they store this food. That squirrels also small animals, that also it so store the food in the trees. There plants also they store the food in the stems, bulbs of the onion, garlic, tubers, potatoes and the ginger. Storing the food in roots, the radish, sweet potato and the beetroots. Plants has the different parts. Plants they prepare their own food, they are the producer, they use themselves that food, and excess food they store in their stems as well as their roots. Radish, sweet potato, beetroot, these are the roots are there, you know that. And that is a garlic, and that is a onion, it is the stem is there, and means that plants they store their food in the stems and as well as in the roots also. In the huge warehouses the food grains are stored. That after the harvesting, the whatever we, that is produce the productions of the food grains, that food grains how to store, that which precautions we have to take while we store the food grains, that is very important. That if you have the negligency while you storing the food grains, that time definitely it will be spoiled, or it can damaged by the small animals like the rat, mice, or other small animals or insects, and it will be damaged or the spoiled. And that's why some precautions we have to take while storing the food grains in the warehouses as well as in our houses. In the warehouses, one picture I will show you that how that it can be stored in the food grains. Now see that I will show. Now this is a picture of the warehouses, that how the food grains are stored in the warehouses, that systematically, that. So cleanness, neatness, all the sacks are how the store. And second thing, full light is there, airy is there, no any dirty place is there. No, in this way we have to should take care, because the insects, it will not attack you, like that is a rat, mice, rodent, it will not attack on the food grains, so that food grains it will be safe, or it will not be damaged from these animals. And that's why we have to take care. Warehouses playing a very important role in India is also, every government has the warehouses are there. And whatever the excess food grains, where they will store, either they will export to the other country or they will store in our country for in the future. Supposed to be any calamity it comes, disaster when it will come, that time the people they don't get the food, flood it comes, then what will do that? Crops it will not grow in the farm, and that time these food grains can be used, or government distributed to the poor peoples or other peoples, those who need the food grains there. In this way we have to take the care of the food grains. Now see that next point. See that the different animals how they are, that honeycomb, that is you see that honeybee how it is there, and this squirrel, that small animals, he also that it also that is a store the food. Now second point it is there visit to fair shop. Before that we will complete this. Green revolution means what? That in the huge warehouses going, okay, natural disaster can cause scarcity of the food, just I explained that. And in this cases the food grains are stored there. Green revolution means what? That this is a very important topic is there. The questions may ask you that write a short note on the green revolution. That greenhouse, the tremendous increase in the production of the food grains is called as a green revolution. Means that the tremendous, it means the plenty of the productions of the food grains is called the green revolution. Due to the green revolution, India has become the self-reliant. The surplus production is now exported to the other countries. That I think that it is 1965 that we have, that is a green revolution is started in that year, that 1965. That actually what happens in the green revolution, what happens that productions it has suddenly that is increased in those years. That from that year now till we have that is a self-reliant. That always every year we produce the more production, excess productions we export, or either we have to be stored in the warehouses. The surplus production is now exported to the other countries are there. The credit of the green revolution goes to the MS Swaminathan. He was the great person, that he was the scientist, that he was the agriculturist, that he was the the father of the green revolution. And he has improved the seeds, wheats and rice. Three types of the seeds he has improved. That he work on that research work on these three types of the seeds are there: wheat, rice and that is wheat, rice, especially the wheat and rice. That and we completed self-reliant, that in these two seeds are there. The green revolution is due to the joint effort of the scientists, people working in the spread of the science. Many people are, that the credit it goes to MS Swaminathan. But along with that, some traders are there, peoples are there, farmers are there to bring the green revolution. Now again, I want to show you that what exactly the green revolution. Green revolution started in 1965. Then after the freedom, the 1965 we have got the green revolution, means we completed green revolution. It means that in those years, the 1965, we have that is a more production, high yielding variety seeds, fertilizer. Actually what happened, green revolution, it means what? That for the bringing the green revolutions, we had used the fertilizers, variety of the seeds, research seeds, that modern methods of the technology, modern methods of the agriculture, that is the irrigation facilities we provided, all things collectively it brings the green revolution. That tremendous increases in the production of the food grains is called as the green revolution. Due to the green revolution, India has become the self-reliant. That is we complete, we don't need that is from that those year that we didn't previously, that is the previous earlier, that 1965 we had to import the food grains, but after the 1965 we didn't, that is import the food grains, we have started to export the food grains to the other countries, or we have stored, that is the food grains in the warehouses there. The credit of the Green Revolution, it goes to the MS Swaminathan, who has been called the father of the Green Revolution in India. He is a genetist. Now, the children, the questions may ask you that write a short note on the Green Revolution. This passage, you go through that, definitely you will learn that. After that, in this way we completed, that is a Green Revolution stories of one more point remain that what is the fair, that is a visit to the fair price shop, that children's. Actually, what this fair price shops, those peoples have the very low income, that poor peoples are there. They don't get the food grains that, and those peoples they may get, that is they get the one, that is a card, that is a ration card. And ration card is also different ration cards are there. Blue ration card, that is green ration card, red ration card, like that according to their income groups that. And these people have the ration card and they visit the fair shop, that is a fair price shop that, and they may get the, that is a food grains at the cheap rate that. If you get the time, you also that can visit that fair price shop, and you see that which type of the food grains are available that, and how the warehouses, how they, that is food grains are stored. In this way you can see that. And in this way, actually what happened, why the that is a fair price shop, that is actually the excess food grains are stored government in the warehouses. And when we have any natural calamity, that here it is given, when we have any natural calamity, that floods comes, droughts comes, cyclone comes, and that time food grains, it cannot be grown, cannot grow in the field, and that time the scarcity of the food grains, that time government distribute this, that is a warehouse food grains to the peoples there. And that's why the warehouses is very important, that we have to take care that. Again, here see that if actually what happened, now this page also I explained that Hailstorm, okay. What are the greenhouses? From the greenhouses we completed, that is self-reliant we became, that means we don't need any import the food grains from the other countries. But there are also some drawbacks are there. What drawbacks I want to say you that? See that green revolution from started, when we started the green revolution, from that years the farmers also they addicted to use the high quantity of the pesticide, insecticides and fertilizers, that it becomes so dangerous, or that is not good for our farming, or as well as for the environment also there. And that all together incorporated the toxicity in the plants are there, in order to protect the crops from the different types of the diseases caused by the pest, as well as the damages caused by the insects. The farmers used pesticides, insecticides at a very high amount, that fertilizer also there. And due to this, that that our soil it becomes the unfertile, that soil fertility problems created, that more water we are giving to the soil, that is salinity property is there, salinity problem it is there, soil salinity is very dangerous there. And our farmer also that they are not that much literate, they should, that is a get, that is some agriculture assistance, or from the get the information from the agriculture college. That point we will see tomorrow, that is also very important. In this way children's, here again you go through the whole lessons, definitely you will understand. Here we studied, that is the food storage and the conservation of the environment, explain that, visit fair that, and how that is neem leaves are very important, that also you go through that. In this way, here I want to stop here. If you have any problem, that anytime you can ask me that through the mobile. Thank you. Have a great day.